Welcome back to Roundtail Restoration, everybody. My name's Chris. What's in the box? Well, we're about to find out. Thanks for watching. Let's get it sorted. So as promised here, I've got this magic box, put in my little community post or whatever you want to call it, that I gotta ask you guys to take some guesses on what you think it is. So it says TR4 parts new, vintage car parts. My address is on there. Please transport the box gentle because it is easy to be scratched and fragile. Thanks. So that's cool. So I'm not quite sure how this opens. You can see that it's been taped incredibly extensively. So we're gonna go into this here and see, we got TR4s written all over it. So we'll start cutting. All right, you can't see it yet. See, some stuff is in there. Well packed, appears. Might have a little clue there. Another similar clue, maybe. Bunch of nuts and bolts. All right, so my guess is you probably have it figured out by now. Yep, you guessed it, bumpers. So these are the bumpers from Bumper Automobile out of Vietnam. They've got pretty good reviews no matter where you look. So I'm hoping that that'll be the same. So we're gonna get all this stuff unpackaged, very well packaged in here, but we're gonna go ahead and get it all unpackaged, and we'll got my old original bumpers, as far as I know they're original. We'll do some comparisons and see how they shape up. So I kind of hate to unwrap this stuff since it's obviously gonna be a long time before I use it, but given the fact that it came from Vietnam, I also want to make sure that I've got what I paid for and that it's acceptable. Got the overriders here, obviously. All right, let's see what these look like. So there are the overriders. You see they have the cutouts for the license plate lights. So these are the front ones here. And from the back side, you've got the part that's still shiny, and then on the interior, it's all painted in black. I purchased a set of these for the Spitfire. These look to be very similar. I wasn't incredibly happy with the Spitfire ones, especially the overriders, because the assembly was different. It wasn't the way that the Spitfire went together, but I was able to make it work. But I've got a little bit more confidence in these. So I do have the existing overriders here. So here's the existing one. These two are supposed to match up here. And you can see it's got the flattened out portion, and that looks pretty close. So what I'm going to do here is just take some basic measurements and see how stuff lines up. So the face, from the tip to the face, is right at 6 inches on the new one, and just a touch over 6 inches on the original one. Looking at the shape, you can see the shape is pretty close, a little bit different, but not a lot. Looking end on, as far as the shape, you can see it favors the right side here to get a little bit fatter and wider out. And looking on it straight on, maybe again a little bit of subtle difference, but not too much. What I am worried about is this angle here, and that appears to be pretty much right on. So where that would fit over the bumper. So it appears that you could take these and make them fit on the existing bumpers. However, there is one little spot here. You can see that this doesn't come down as far, it doesn't curve down this way as much as the original ones do. So that would be something that's off a little bit. However, I'm not so sure that it would matter because it's gonna fit kind of like that. So that will stick down a little bit further. So that's not incredibly concerning, but definitely a difference there. As far as the bolt holes go, I'm just going to eyeball this. The widths look the same, and the bolt hole offsets, again, eyeballing it, look pretty much the same. As far as the metal thickness goes, the original is definitely much thicker than the old ones. I found the same on the Spitfire. I expected that. But all in all, that lines up pretty good. I am a little disappointed that this curve doesn't come down a little bit, you know, more farther than that, but not going to get bent out of shape about it, that's for sure. The front overriders I still have bolted onto the original front bumper, so I'm not going to take them off. So let me bag these back up, and then we'll look at the bumpers themselves. To give you some size comparison here, the new bumper is obviously this nice shiny guy right here, and the old bumper is the one behind it. Now you can see I got the one end lined up there on your left, and on the other side you can see that's a good, I don't know, 4 inches or so of a gap there. However, if you look at, and it's hard to see it on the screen, but if you do kind of stand over the old bumper in the middle and look out, you can see that the edges are, the ends are flared out pretty good. So I think that the original bumper is bent pretty good and that the new bumper is fine. As a kind of somewhat proof of that, I did take the new bumper and put it up against the car. Now there's no frame, and I'm just, the fenders are just kind of hanging there, but it cleared the fenders. And then I also have the brackets for the rear bumpers, and they are mangled and not one of them is straight. So I couldn't even fit the rear brackets up to the new bumper to see if it would fit, but I think it will. Front bumper, let's take a look at that. Front bumper's got a similar situation, but it's not quite as bad. I've only got about 1.5 inches, 2 inches on the left there. However, these brackets were in halfway decent shape, and you can kind of just see this one in the corner of the screen down here. I did line them up, and it'll be tight, but they'll work. So I think that the new bumpers, the holes, took the measurements on the holes, and they seem to be okay. I think we've got some bent stuff here, as you would expect over the years. And you even, again, hard to see on the camera, but if you look straight down on the old bumper, you can kind of see that it's out of shape a little bit. Now we're going to open up and take a look at the bag of hardware and see what comes with that, because this fender or bumper hardware is kind of unique. So I still have all the old stuff. I'm going to hold on to it, but let's see what came in the bag. I believe this is all metric stuff. It comes with the rubber grommet that goes in between, or string that goes in between the overrider and the bumper itself, just to provide some relief. But this is just a straight sleeve. The original stuff has a nice flat spot here, if you can see that, where the overrider goes in and then lands on the bumper itself. You can still get this stuff, so I will be switching over to that. As far as stainless steel or not, this stuff is, the bolts appear to be stainless steel, but the washers and the lock washers here are not. So you can see that no magnet up there, no magnet there. This whole stuff over here, but then the larger size, those flat washers are not stainless steel. So I'll probably switch everything over to stainless steel just to prevent rusting. The other thing is that this is out of the original bumper. You can see this cup here, and what that does is that goes against the bumper when you bolt up to the car, and that kind of provides a self-centering action. These don't come with that at all, so that'll be something that I want to look at using and transferring to the new bumpers when I go to actually put them on. So all in all, I'm very happy. I think considering the cost of getting original bumpers re-chromed and repaired, if you need to do that, you're looking at probably a couple $1,000s. The environmental impacts of the chroming process and the regulations have driven that cost through the roof, especially lately. So, for less than half of the cost, you get 2 new bumpers, 2 sets of overriders, and all the hardware that's stainless, metric, but stainless. And I just think that's probably a good way to go. Yeah, the quality might not be as good as far as the thickness of the metal goes, but I don't think you're going to really be able to tell that that's what you got on here. So again, pretty happy with it. I've never had this much communication with a business before while ordering something from them. So Bumper Car Ltd. or Limited. I actually got an email this morning because I hadn't told them that I got the bumpers yet, even though they asked me to tell them. I got a follow-up email this morning just saying, hey, we haven't heard from you. Make sure you got the bumpers. You have any problems, let us know. So I responded that I was opening them tonight and doing this video. So again, it seems to be a solid company to work with. I don't have any problems here, so I'm not going to have to worry about following up and trying to get stuff repaired or fixed or, any complaints lodged. But so far, I think it's pretty good. So again, that would be my recommendation. Good way to go. I think it's money well spent. So we'll get this all packaged up, cleaned back up, and protected, get it up in the garage for who knows how long until I'm ready to actually get them on the car. So until next time, thanks for watching. Cheers.